What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks so much for coming here to hang out today. What we have is a couple of boxes. Well, you might not be able to see the second one of video games that I am buying in a bulk purchase from a viewer. I have not actually, I opened this one just to remind myself what the heck was in here and what deal this was. But I'm going to be opening these up live on camera today, as you guys are used to seeing. And we're going to see what the heck kind of stuff is in here. I think about half of it is new and sealed. So that should definitely be interesting. And as I'm going through it, I want this to be kind of like a fairly chill, laid back kind of a live. Shoot your questions to me. I'm going to be trying to answer questions as I go, as I like to do, whether it's resale related, game related, YouTube related, whatever happens to come to mind. I'm happy to just hang out with you guys for a bit today as I go through some of this inventory. I believe there's a total of 39 games here. And where's my scissors go? Yeah, like I said, I think about half of them are sealed. I paid, I believe, in the neighborhood of $1,400, or rather I will pay that, assuming that everything here is in the same condition that is stated. And there aren't any surprises, which hopefully there won't be. Firespin Gaming, good to see you in here. Dext, Scott Greenleaf, thank you guys all for stopping in. First question of the day, Andy asks, how do you walk away from a bad offer? How do you walk away from a bad offer? Okay, so first game that we are opening up here is No More Heroes for the PS3. Nice and complete, always good to see. We'll be checking on condition and stuff as I go whenever I remember to. How do you walk away from a bad offer? The biggest tip that I have for that is knowing what you want to pay for something when you go in. I think more of the question is, how do you know upfront what is a bad offer as opposed to an offer that you should be taking advantage of? And what I always try to do, especially with like larger deals like this, if it's a single item, it's normally pretty easy to tell, like, okay, I'm going to be able to make $100 on this. This person wants 70. That's not the kind of margin that I'm okay with. But for example, if I was looking into doing a deal like this with maybe like a local collector or a video game store or something, I would do everything I can to have all the information that I can up front to be able to calculate ahead of time what exactly I want to be able to pay. And don't stick to that number. Don't be wishy-washy with it. And that will pretty much give you the footing that you need to ensure that you're either going to come away with a good deal or no deal at all. Second game, I think there are a decent number of Vita games in here, which is always exciting. This one, I believe, is factory sealed. Open this up a bit here. I always like to do this with scissors rather than a box cutter because it's just kind of safer. But yeah, 39 games, $1,400 is the expected payout for it, as long as everything is in good looking condition. And this does appear to be in pretty nice shape. We've got Stranger of Sword City on the PlayStation Vita, sealed. Let's go ahead and pull up the Amazon seller app and see what this is going for in used and in sealed condition, because this is a game that I've never bought or sold before. Lowest copy, it looks like, is $48. And new, the lowest copy is $63. So fairly valuable game here. Possible contender for grading. I will have to look into that a little bit more. I don't know if WATA is actually grading these or not, which I've definitely been enjoying WATA more than VGA. So that might factor in a little bit. I'll have to see if WATA is grading these right now. But yeah, first sealed title of the day, Stranger of Sword City. And we have up here Little Josh Production, $5 super sticker. I definitely appreciate that, man. That always, anytime nobody who is in these lives are asking questions, needs to feel obligated to do super chats or super stickers. I'm going to try to get to as many questions as I can just throughout the course of this live, but I really do. It makes me feel really good when people do. So I really appreciate that. Shop Eric Gifts asks, question, pawn store tactics. And Dustin Cooper asks, do you ever buy out collections? Yes, I do. If you have a collection, not in this video, but in most of my videos, my Instagram and my email will be linked there. And if you have a collection you're looking to sell, you are welcome to reach out. That's actually how I bought this collection, was a viewer who reached out from long distance. And then pawn store tactics. Biggest one, be friendly. I think a lot of resellers can be kind of like cold, kind of standoffish, like and adversarial. Like, I'm trying to get the better deal than you. Like, I'm trying to get one over on you. I take the opposite approach. I try to make myself the kind of person that they want to give a good deal to because we've built some rapport. So definitely recommend make small talk. Smiles go a long way. Yeah, be friendly. And even when you're asking for a discount, there are ways to definitely do it in a friendly way. This is definitely one that people will recognize. So I'll say something like, rather than, hey, I see you've got $100 on this. It's really only worth $50 to me. I wouldn't want to be above that. I'll say something like, hey, I see this has been out on the floor for a while. Do you think you could maybe do any better for me on the price? Or something that sounds a little bit friendlier like that. Factory sealed, and these do look like nice, legit Y seals. One of the things that you want to look for on like at least more modern games, it's a little bit more complicated with the retro cartridge-based stuff, is on the top and bottom, you want to see what's called a Y fold in, I'm trying to get a good angle here. There you can kind of see it in the plastic. You can see there's, I don't know, I kind of wish it was called X because it looks more like an X fold right in here. I'm trying to get a good angle there. But that's what you want the seal to look like, rather than oftentimes what I'll see with reseals is like a straight line kind of going down, and it'll often be a little bit more crinkly and a little raised. What you want to see is a nice flat kind of X shape there where a finely cut piece of clear plastic has been folded over in a neat looking way. Persona 4 Golden on Vita, definitely a more highly sought after title on this system. Let's see what it's going for in new condition. This is part of the reason why the average cost per game on this lot was so high. Oh, wow. Looks like the lowest copy for this game on Amazon in sealed condition is going for $200 or $165 after fees. So love to see titles like that. What can I say? Hey, Michael Conroy's in the house. He's a good friend, another local Lexington reseller. Where did you get all these games? Got them in a bulk purchase from a viewer. Hello to my Canadian friends in the chat. Do you have Cindy's Fashion World on PS1? I don't. Anything that I do have will be in my eBay store, which again, normally is in the descriptions, but when I do it on StreamYard, it doesn't automatically transfer. So in all my other video descriptions, my eBay store will be linked. Do you still have games graded that have scuff marks on the sealed games? Okay, so I think the question there is, if a game has a scuff mark on the plastic, is it still worth grading? I'm personally pretty picky with the sealed games that I send in. I like the seals to look really nice. If it is a higher end game, I may still send it in despite a seal scuff. And depending on the nature of the scuff, it might be the kind of thing that they could take out in their cleaning process. So kind of hard to say. There are other channels that are much more knowledgeable about the grading process than I am. To be honest, I'm very much a rookie. I mean, I just got back my first batch of WATA games last week. So people have been asking me a lot of questions because I don't think there are a lot of videos out there that have more views than my last WADA one on the submission process. I don't really know why. I think a lot of people are interested in it, but I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable on that subject. I haven't been doing it for very long. Wish I could give you more there. Here we have a factory sealed copy of Mario Tennis Open. Seal looks pretty nice on this one as well. I don't think this is a super valuable title. Might be one of the lower end sealed ones we see today. Yeah, looks like you can buy this in used condition for $8 on Amazon. In new condition, looks like the lowest offer is $25. Next up here. So some of these games will be sealed, some of them won't be. Is there a certain percentage you give, or is it half of price chart, or how do you do that? Dustin, that's a good question when I'm buying collections. Usually where I'm at is 40% of price charting value on anything that is worth $10 or over. If it's worth under $10, so much of that ends up getting eaten up with fees and shipping that I can't really offer very well on it. Usually I'll do like $1 a game or something for however many people want to sell. But if it's over $10, I can offer 40% of price charting, which most video game stores are more in the like 25 to 30% range. So while that may sound cheap, it's a level that I'm able to just about double my money after fees and shipping and stuff, and all the work of selling everything individually. Who did you buy from to get the invoice to sell video games on Amazon? Luke, I have a whole video dedicated to Nintendo ungating under my resale guides playlist that you might really like to check out. This one, El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron on PlayStation 3. This one is a really good one to find on the PlayStation 3, especially recently. It's been going up in price a little bit. Sorry if you guys can hear my neighbor's dog. He's a little obnoxious. But yeah, this is only worth maybe like 15 or so on the 360, but the PlayStation version, I believe, is a good bit more. Let's go ahead and check Amazon right now. And for anyone who is wondering and who has been asking in every single one of the comments of all my other videos, what app are you using to check the value of games? It is the Amazon Seller app. Wow, that's more than I expected. This may be a little bit inflated. It's very possible that this goes for less on eBay. But the lowest copy on Amazon right now is $173 for El Shaddai. I'm actually curious now. Let's see what this is going for on eBay, because last I checked, this was like $60. Yeah, that's correct. There are copies on eBay right now for $59, $60, a brand new sealed copy for $190. So yeah, this is like a $60 game. I'll still send it into Amazon and see if it happens to sell for that crazy price, but I would not put money on it. Those ones are probably going to sit for quite a while. Although crazy stuff happens on Amazon all the time. You never really know. Whoops. Okay, trying to get back to where I was. Any interest in my sealed Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen Sweet 16 on GameCube? I think I'd probably pass on that. What's the most expensive game you've sold? I can't remember. I know I sold one for $250 recently. I sold Dot Hack Quarantine for like $300 or something like that. What is the most expensive game I've sold? I think it will. Of the WADA games that I got back recently, so far the most expensive one was like $400. Okay. Very nice. Sorry, I'm getting some tape off here. Looks like we have another sealed copy of Persona 5 Golden. Very nice. What's the best ROI you've made on a single game? Oh, that's so hard. I think it'll probably end up being the Rhythm Heaven Fever that I got for $1 at a pawn shop sealed, that right now I have listed on eBay for $1,500. It probably won't sell anywhere close to that, but my goal with WADA games is list high and just kind of see what happens. Hello from Romania. Love to see the global representation. Lee, thanks for being here. Do I have Godzilla for the PS4? No, I don't. Again, the eBay store will be linked in the description of my other videos. Just curious, are you a member of the Church of Christ? Nope, sure not. I'm a member of the regular old Big C church. I have sealed Persona 4 Vita, bought it years ago. I think it came out as a PS Plus game, never opened it. Yeah, that's lucky right there. It's worth a lot more now. Was the Yoshi Story seal legit? It is at WADA getting graded right now, so I'll let you know whenever I find out. Best place to find sealed games online or in the open? Best place to find sealed games. I mean, it's obviously way easier online, less time expenditure, but you'll see much better margins finding them in the wild. I really like places like Half Price Books, like McKay's in Tennessee and like North Carolina. Places that sell books and video games. I have a lot of luck there finding sealed stuff. Some video game chains like Game Exchange, unfortunately, will actually open up a lot of sealed games to ensure that they aren't getting scammed. So here we have an open copy of Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus. Never seen this game before. Looks like some sort of a JRPG. Let's see what it's going for on Amazon. Are you still working on your Pokemon game collection? If so, how far are you now on it? I've got, I think, silver version. I've got yellow, blue, fire red, leaf green, crystal version. I've got Pokemon Stadium in box. Those are all in box. Maybe a couple others. I think I have Emerald. Huh. This isn't coming up on Amazon for some reason. Let's see on eBay. Pre-owned. Let's look at sold. So one just sold loose for 24. One just sold complete for 80, 76, 98, 99. So in the neighborhood of like a $80 to $90 game here. Love it. Love to see it. Most of this stuff, for anybody wondering, is going to end up going into Amazon. Unfortunately, there may be a few select items that go on eBay, and there may be a few select items that go into get graded because I've been definitely been having some luck with that. But not a whole lot, unfortunately, will be available for purchase on eBay. The reason for that is if I sold everything on eBay, even though it would be nicer for viewers to be able to buy it, it just would take so much time. I mean, it's way longer, not even close to list on eBay than when I'm just sending a batch into Amazon. Although I did recently list a good number of complete in-box Nintendo 64 games on eBay. If anyone is interested in that kind of stuff, you're welcome to go check those out. We've got Atelier, Escha, and Logi, Alchemists of the Dusk Sky. Very nice. When Walmart clearance or thrift stores, I don't understand that question, if that's a question. Shoot. So I'm on I'm on StreamYard right now, and the chat is super delayed, and every time I go to like scroll down a little bit, it jumps me all the way down the page. So I apologize when I'm trying to get caught up a little bit here. And if I miss your comment, then feel free to, ask your question again. Ever had a seal break during the shipping process? No, not really that I can think of. I've had to return a couple things to eBay because like there was a flaw in the seal that wasn't really like mentioned in a listing. Sent first shipment to Amazon yesterday. Delivered today. What should I expect? Do you have advice? Just be patient. Especially like early on, it takes a long time to get paid by Amazon because like they'll hold a certain amount of your funds in reserve for a while, and the payment cycle is only 2 weeks anyway. So like if you have a game that sells at the beginning of a payment cycle, you might not get paid for that game for like weeks. So just be patient with it. Up next, we've got a copy of Pokemon Y, not sealed, unfortunately, but looks in decent condition. Any Pokemon cards you found recently? Gosh, it just jumped again. I recently bought 2 Pokemon cards for my Legendary Collection Reverse Holo collection. One of them was a Pikachu, and one was a Charmeleon. I bought both of those from an Instagram follower that reached out and had them. But as far as finds in the wild, no. I ran into one lady at a yard sale who said that she had a bunch in a box at home. And I texted her later, and she sent me a picture of the box, and it was almost all baseball cards, unfortunately. Matthew, thanks for tuning in. Glad you found the channel recently. I'm shocked at the value for PS3 games have spiked. Why? I think they spiked initially because of the scare of the PlayStation Store getting shut down, and they haven't really come back down since then. Pokemon Art Academy, brand new sealed. Always good to get Pokemon stuff sealed. I may hold on to that one for a while as an investment. Sitting down to list 100 eBay items a day is literally the bane of my existence. That's a lot of items. Good for you if you can crank out 100 in a day. 50 is a lot for me. Why not stream directly from YouTube? Last time I tried to do that, I couldn't see the chat, and it gave me a ton of trouble. I had to restart like 3 times, and eventually just came over to StreamYard. What's your opinion on people buying graded games when you can just buy a new game and get it graded yourself for much less? I would do the second one personally. Part of the reason people buy them graded directly is because you know the grade that it's going to get, whereas when you buy a sealed game and send it in, you don't know the grade. So there is value there. But yeah, personally, I would just get one sealed and send it in. You're right. Will your parents be making another guest appearance anytime soon? Great question. I would always love them to. Unfortunately, they live in Nebraska and I live in Kentucky, so it doesn't get to happen all that often. But I will likely be down there for Memorial Day, so if they want to film a video, then, I'm always open to it. This is kind of tough. This thing is taped up real good. How do you feel about price tankers? Is that really a question? I feel like everybody kind of feels the same about price tankers. I try to wait them out personally. Usually that'll happen with an item that is like hot from retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, but the thing that all price tankers have in common is impatience. And that's something that I have in abundance. Interesting. So So I'm going to have to do some research on this. Okay. Oh, interesting. So this is actually a really good example. Sorry, I was not really sure what I was looking at there for a second. So this is a couple sealed copies of Hatsune Miku Project Diva X on the Vita. The reason it gave me pause is this right up here at first glance looks a lot like a reseal. This is exactly what I was talking about to you guys earlier, that you want to look out for and not buy if you are looking for authentic sealed games. This is very often what a reseal will look like. You can see that there are a lot more wrinkles up along the side. I'm going to see if I can get it to focus here on the actual, there you go. You can see that there are a bunch more wrinkles kind of up along the edge and the corner there. But with this, there's actually an exception, because what it says is includes free Hatsune Miku pouch. And I was like, what pouch? What does that mean? And I looked on the back here, and there's this little, between this extra piece of paper and the actual game, there's this pouch that's included. And then below the external additional seal, you can see that there actually is a regular Y-fold seal underneath. So this is, in fact, I believe, an authentic sealed game that also includes an extra, which is the Hatsune Miku pouch. And I do believe that this is a relatively expensive game as well. Let's take a look on Amazon and see what comes up. I'm going to scan the front of this. Always learning here at Phoenix Resale. Yeah. So the lowest brand new copy of this on Amazon is $130, $134. Lowest used copy is $75. So this is definitely a good game to look out for, and possibly one that I would consider grading, especially given the condition that it seems to be in. Looks pretty nice. I don't know if that, because it's not totally flat on the back, I don't know if that lump there would mess up their encasing process or what the deal would be, but something to consider. Tried to sell on Amazon a few times, and it's a huge hassle with giving them a ton of information. Do you suggest just doing what it takes? Yep, I do. It is a hassle, but that's why people are able to command such high prices on there. Any additional tips to get ungated on Amazon using Alliance or Ingram? Not really, except that you have to have an LLC. What's a good price for a WATA 8.5 A+ Super Metroid Player's Choice? That's the kind of question that I really never answer. I never want to be in the business of doing eBay research for people. That's something that you really have to get good at doing yourself if you want to make it in this business. These are some great Vita games, the Odd Oddish says. The Vita was never a console that I never had. I knew one guy that had it and was kind of jealous. Are you keeping all your $9 sealed Walmart clearance DS games in hopes that they go up in value? Yeah, I'm holding on to a lot of those in my spare room closet right now. Do you also buy games that potentially going to go for more and hang on to them? So I just mentioned I did do that with some 3DS games, but it's not something that I really make a habit out of. I mostly specialize in buying games for cheap and selling them immediately for a higher price. All right, I'm going to scroll down here. Hey, Chase After the Right Prices in the house. Getting to that comment 7 minutes late. When are you releasing some more Phoenix merch? I don't think I have any Phoenix merch right now. Thane wants to rep. Hey, I appreciate that. I've been toying with the idea of doing some merch recently. When I do it, I want to make sure that I do it right and, have some like pretty cool designs and stuff like that. So rest assured, I am thinking about it. I just kind of have my plate full at the moment. But I would like to at least like by maybe sometime this fall do something, because I have had a few people ask. Okay, I'm scrolling all the way down now. Sorry, everyone. If you have a question that I missed, type it again. This is a sealed copy of Mario Golf World Tour. For anyone who is just joining, this is a lot of video games that I purchased from an Instagram follower. If you've got a collection of stuff that you are looking to sell, reach out to me on email. I can pay about 40% of price charting value for large collections on anything over $10. If you've got a whole bunch of worthless games, go to your local game store. Robert Dutcher, we want a dinosaur video. Nobody wants a dinosaur video. That video absolutely tanked. Did not get hardly any views, so I won't be doing that again, unfortunately. I try to learn from what people actually click on. Pokemon X unsealed, decent game to get. Is there any PAL exclusive game that you really want in your collection? No, I don't really pay attention to PAL at all. Do you only do video games on Amazon, or do you have other products you sell as well? I probably sell 95% video game related items on Amazon, and then sometimes other random electronics or like retail arbitrage stuff when I can find it. But most of the sourcing that I do is for video game items. I used to do books, but the competition just got a little bit too heavy. Are you into limited run games? Such an addicting part of video game collecting. Yeah, I do like limited run games. I love indie stuff. I'm not like a huge limited run guy. Like, I don't buy every one of their releases, but when I see a cool one, I'll pull the trigger. I bought Rivals of Aether recently on there. Pokemon Moon, unsealed. I actually kind of like that all of these are individually bubble wrapped, because it gives me like a little break in between each one to address more questions. Been trying to find a copy of Futurama. Do you know where I can look? eBay is pricey and I just want to replay it. No. Uncommon game like that, eBay, if you don't want to spend tons of time hunting, you can join maybe some like Facebook collectors groups and get like slight discount off of eBay there, but you can't really expect to be able to quickly find a highly collectible game like that for under market price. It just doesn't really happen that way very much. How much did it cost to get your games graded, and how long does it take to get them back? I think I answered both of those questions in my WADA video, even though I had people commenting and asking those questions. It took about over 2 months to get them back, and it cost $100 a game. Daniel Fowler, thanks so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Looking into doing a sealed games collection. My LGS has Sealed Sunshine and 1,000-Year Door for a good price. Should I wait or buy it now? What's your thought? Anytime I find sealed games that, so on those two titles, which are really good titles, I would make sure, one, that they're not the Player's Choice Edition, and two, like that you're really familiar with the sold comps on eBay. By the way, this is unsealed Pokemon Sapphire. That you're very familiar with the sold comps on eBay for those games. And then if they really are a good deal off of what they normally go for online, I personally would pull the trigger and I would grade them. I would check the seals very thoroughly and make sure that the seals are actually in good condition and that they're authentic and everything. And then after that, I would send them in to get graded. If you're just looking to collect, I honestly would still grade it, sell it off, take the profit, and just use the profit to buy another sealed copy of the game for free. I personally am not like a huge sealed collector. I'd rather just like have the money and then buy a complete in-box version that I can play and not feel guilty about it. But you know, if you're looking to start your own sealed collection and you don't really care about grading, then you know, buying some solid titles for under market value locally is a great way to start. Do you have any thought about diversifying into private label items and more things? Nookmile, so the question that he's asking is in reference to Amazon. By the way, hey, Retro World, thanks for stopping in. Another great YouTube channel if you guys haven't seen him. The question was, oh, okay, yeah, about Amazon. So he asked, have you ever thought about private label? This is an unsealed copy of Persona 4 Golden. Private label is a version of selling on Amazon where you create your own product that doesn't already exist on the market, and you create a new Amazon listing and you try to market it and get it to sell. It's a whole separate world that I really don't understand. And FBA is going well enough for me that I really have no reason to branch into that. I guess diversification would be okay, but frankly, I just don't have the time. I mean, trying to crank out 2 to 3 videos a week for the YouTube channel and run a resale business and, you know, try to post everything helpful that I can in the Discord as well is a lot more than a full-time job. So I've got my hands full already. So the idea of taking on more is just kind of, no thanks. You still going to Siege in a couple of weekends? Yes, I sure am, Miguel. Thank you for asking. I'll hopefully see you there. Echo Unmasked, thank you for the super chat. Will you ever do a vid on your personal collection? People have asked me that before. I don't have, like, I did a whole video on my Switch collection, which I think is the most interesting part of my personal collection. Other than that, I've pretty much just got like my inbox Pokemon games and a bunch of Switch stuff. I don't like, I guess maybe I will if I need a video, but it's not like pressing for me. We've got a sealed copy. This is sort of a hidden gem for you guys, a really good title to look out for at video game stores. Disney's Magical World 2 on the 3DS. This one is indeed sealed and just a really good seller. Sells relatively quick for me. People really like this title. And let's see what it's going for in new condition. Yeah, $87 is the lowest new condition game of this title on Amazon. So, and even in used condition, it sells for like $50. So definitely one that you wouldn't necessarily expect that holds some really solid value. What's the rarest video game graded in your collection? Well, first of all, I don't collect graded games myself. I just recently got one back. Although there is one that I sent in for grading that I will be keeping that I paid $900 for and then paid $100 to get it graded. And that is a Black Label Smash Bros. Melee. Because I was like, this is the kind of, like, is it possible that at some point in the next 10 years I'll find this sealed? Yes, but it's much more likely that I won't. And that game just has a lot of personal significance to me. So I'm excited to see what that comes back as. No matter what, I'm going to keep it. It's going to go on the shelf whenever I'm able to actually put some shelves up in the background here so you guys don't have to just look at my ugly shipping station in these kinds of videos. That sealed Melee is going to be up there. I'm excited to get that one back. Will you be going to any other countries for finds in the future? David Lee, stay tuned. That's all I'll say about that. Stay tuned. I think you'll be pleased. Been thinking about trying to sell on Amazon. I know certain products are gated, but I'm having trouble finding out what is ungated for brand new sellers. Any advice on this for new sellers? I would assume that most video game stuff is going to be gated. By the way, we have Mario Tennis Open in sealed, not open, condition. Haha, it's an antonym. That's funny. I would go in assuming that you will not be able to sell video games, and then like still scan a bunch of games and stuff, and there will be probably certain titles or brands that you are able to sell. But go in assuming that you won't be able to, because they're getting more and more strict with gating for beginning sellers. We already saw this one in sealed condition. It's like $25. All right, and that's it for the first box here. Second box is a little bit heavy coming down the pipe. How many games was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're halfway done with our unboxing for today. Wow, look at all that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What app do you use to scan the barcodes with? It is the Amazon Seller app. Box behind you from Malaysia. Yeah, all this stuff is from a international seller. This one is... Okay, so this is unfortunately going to be our first. This is a, factory sealed game, but unfortunately the game is loose in there. So that's the first issue that I'll have to bring up with the seller. Other than that, this has all looked, really good and according to what we had agreed upon. But that's one thing that I'll put to the side here. That's part of the reason why I always, when I do deals like this, I'll have people ship the stuff to me. Then I will inspect it myself first before sending payment, just because I want to be able to protect myself in that way. Especially when I feel like when you are on YouTube and like you're kind of exposed in that way, it's best to be as safe as you can. Do you feel like Switch games are worth getting graded right now? No, I don't. Unless, I guess, if it's like a pretty sought-after limited run title, then maybe if there's like high collectability and low supply. But other than that, I would not. What's your favorite thing about game hunting? The thrill of the find. Finding a sweet game. Like the other day I mentioned on Instagram, I found a game for $1 that they had marked that way because they thought it was missing a disc. But then like I opened it up and it was one of those cases that is still thin, but it has 2 discs in it and they didn't realize it. And it's like $100+ game that I got for $1. Like that's pretty much as good as it gets for me. We've got Time Crisis Raising Storm on the PS3. Nice complete condition. Have you listed your Super Mario Galaxy from WADA? Yes, I have. It is on my eBay store. Linked in all my other video descriptions. What's your favorite type of video to make? I like your game hunting the most. I kind of like doing videos that are somewhat experimental. So, for example, the video that I just posted, Disney World Thrifting, like just coming up with ideas for videos like that, even though in general they tend to perform really poorly, such as my dinosaur costume video that I posted recently, and also the Disney World Thrifting video. They usually don't get the views, but the process of like coming up with the ideas for those and just kind of rolling the dice is always kind of fun to me. Ooh, nice yard sale score, Mike. I always love to hear about those. This is another PS3 game that has gone up dramatically in price in the last year. Shadows of the Damned on Well, PS3, like I already said, this copy happens to be sealed, and I'm not seeing really any major flaws with it. It's a little bit dirty, but yeah, looks good overall. This might be the kind of thing that I would actually send in to get graded, because it is a relatively valuable game. I mean, even unsealed, I know it's like $60 or so. Huh, how come that's not coming up? Sometimes the Amazon seller app is weird like that. There it is. PlayStation 3 version is lowest copy right now is $65 on Amazon in brand new condition. The lowest copy is $122, so around $100 after fees for that game. Yeah, this would definitely be a contender for me. How many are getting graded? I don't know. Honestly, like a lot of the more recent stuff is not going to get graded. Here's another Shadow of the Damned, and this one also looks like it's sealed. That's cool. Congrats on your wife graduating. When is the bar exam? It's in like a month. So she is hard studying right now. Can you make a video going into more details on how to get ungated on Amazon? Not really. I gave pretty much all the details I know in my original video. This copy of Shadow of the Damned sealed looks really clean. Yeah, I'm liking this one even better. Some really, I take it back. I spoke too soon. There's a little bit of wrinkling. Gosh, that's hard to see. But if you guys can see there, let's get my face out of it so hopefully it focuses. There we go. There are a few wrinkles right along the spine there. They're kind of hard to tell, but I don't know if that would keep me from getting this graded. But this is I don't know why this thing is so valuable. I don't know if it was underproduced or if it has a cult following or what, but all of those reasons can make it a solid contender for potentially sending into old WADA. Are you still buying sports cards lately, Phoenix Resale? No, I don't know sports cards very well. That's more Chase's arena than mine. He's the sports card whiz. I'm sports card noob. Brian says, "What's up, Conor McGregor?" I'll take that for sure. I'm used to getting roasted on this channel. Conor McGregor. That's an insult to Conor McGregor. I'll tell you that. This Pokemon Art Academy is also sealed and looks pretty good. It does have this sticker on here, this promotion sticker. Other than that, looks in pretty solid shape. Good to see. Good to see. What job would you do if video games are not around anymore? I'm not sure. So the answer to that question is I would resell something else. I'm not like married to video games specifically. If I couldn't be a reseller anymore, that's a tough question. I would love to like be self-employed in another way, but the biggest reason I was so drawn to reselling is like being able to be self-employed without like a ton of pressure of like having other people's salaries depending on you and stuff like that. Like here's Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. This is another really solid value PS3 game. Good one to pick up. Like, I don't know if I'm all that much of a born entrepreneur. I think that reselling just like fits with my personality really well. And I love that, like, I can create an income for myself without having to create a whole bunch of additional responsibility. Make sure to check out downtown Greenville when you are there for Siege. Super nice with great restaurants. Good advice. If I wasn't reselling video games, what other niche would I do? I've sold a lot of like sports equipment. I might try to leverage like the channel to do larger buys. You know, like of just random, you know, people cleaning out storage units or like, you know, inheriting estates and stuff like that. Who knows? Other kinds of collections, toys. So this is another good BOLO title for you guys that you're actually somewhat likely to find at video game stores. Yokai Watch Blaster's White Dog Squad. I think we're going to see a couple more similar to this. This one is factory sealed, and it's one that holds, oh wow, even better value than I thought. The lowest copy of this unsealed listed on Amazon is $150, and the lowest sealed is $200. Let's see what it's going for on eBay. I'm curious. Okay, so you can get it brand new for $150 on eBay. Sold items. Brand new sealed for $122. Brand new for $100. Why are most of these listings in brand new condition? That's a little strange. Pre-owned for $80. So definitely a valuable game, one that you want to look out for without question at video game stores. What does BOLO mean? It means be on the lookout. It's a game that you want to be on the lookout for. Little reseller terminology for you. How much is Mario Party 9 worth for the Wii? Check eBay sold listings. Can you talk more about your Discord group? I'm seriously considering joining. Yeah, I can. It is a group specifically for video game resellers. It's not designed specifically for anyone, but if you are looking to level up the video game portion of your resale business, however large that may be, it's called Level Up Leads for that reason. Touch My Katamari sealed on the PlayStation Vita. The Discord is a paid monthly service that will also be linked in most of my video descriptions, but not this one. Next time I just need to copy and paste before I start this. So it looks like the lowest sealed copy on Amazon is 110. Let's see if that's consistent with eBay. I have a feeling that's going to be a little bit bloated. Sold. Pre-owned goes for 40, 45, 50, 66, 44. Can't find any sealed. New other for 100. So yeah, in the like $40 to $70 range is what I'm seeing for pre-owned condition. Definitely going to be more for sealed. But yeah, some examples of threads that we have on the Discord. We've got like 150 plus people, video game resellers in there that are kind of sharing their success and what they're looking out for and how they're doing business, answering each other's questions, sharing stuff that we're finding everywhere from like Walmarts to GameStops to thrift stores to yard sales to online pawn shops, video game stores. So it's been really helpful for a lot of people. I talked to a guy in there today that started selling on Amazon in November, and since then has sold like $50,000 worth of stuff. I was like, good for you, dude. That is awesome to see. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 on Wii U. This one is not sealed. Hey, Retro Rick is in the house. Good to see you, man. And everybody's like, whoa. Oh, this one, okay, I take it back. It is sealed. I thought it wasn't. Yeah, it's got the sticker on there and everything. I know that one of these on the Wii U, I can never remember if it's 2 or the original. I think it's not this one, is worth some decent money. Yeah, this one only goes for $22 in used condition and $33 before fees in new condition. So, you know, has some value, but not a ton. Caleb, stop answering questions you have answered many times. Some people actually want to engage. Ouch, Anthony. The hard thing about lives is that you have to understand is like everybody can't necessarily hop in right at the beginning. So I try to be understanding of that while still keeping it entertaining for everybody who has been able to get in at the beginning. I oftentimes hop into lives like halfway through, and it's kind of nice when someone's willing to catch up a little bit. This is another copy of Yokai Watch Blaster's White Dog Squad, also sealed, so that's great to see. More Phoenix and Rick vids, please, Bat Daddy says. I think you will enjoy the video that I have coming out tomorrow at 11. Celeb, are all those games from GameStop, brother? No, they are from a viewer that I purchased this all from, who reached out to me via email, which you are also welcome to do. All right, so here we've got Pokemon Art Academy, another one, brand new sealed. I really like getting sealed Pokemon games. I think they have really good potential for going up in value. I saw the other day, Pokemon Dash is weirdly good. That was like a $10 game for so long, and now it's going for, I think, like 40 to 50. Crazy times. Definitely one to look out for. What's up, Jordan? Collector's Luck is in the house. Yeah, feel free to hit me up with your questions as I'm going through this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 games still left. So if you have questions that I haven't been able to answer or that have just kind of gotten scrolled past in the chat, I apologize. You're welcome to drop them in here. Another nice sealed copy, Pokemon Art Academy. What was the outcome with those fake Pokemon games you got? I took them to GameStop and they refunded me for all of them. All of them except the one that was real, which I kept and flipped like the next day on eBay. Definitely disappointing. This is an interesting one. I'll have to check on the email that I got to see if this was specified. Yeah, it was. So I'm not super worried about that. This is a game that is a huge PS3 bolo ordinarily. I don't believe it is as much so for the PAL version, but this was specified ahead of time. This is not sealed. This is Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. Let's see if this comes up at all when I search it on eBay. I'm curious what this is actually going for. Yeah, it's not coming up. PAL Majin Secret. No, not Secret. Forsaken. Let's see here. Okay, nothing coming up for PS3. $25. So still worth something, but not a ton. This is one, if you find the US version, pounce on it because it goes for a decent amount, I believe. Still trying to find. Yeah, you'll just have to take my word for it. When it's live, you can't edit it out, folks. Dang it. No. Oh, man. That's what I get for getting greedy with the Jenga stack of games that I had going on back there. Hey, how come Shadow of the Damned isn't sealed anymore? I don't even want to look at the comments right now. Well, that is going to be immortalized in history forever. Thanks, YouTube. New to the channel, don't know if you saw the questions I posted about WADA on the video you did with Graded Games. You paid $25 at a garage sale for a sealed copy of PS1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden something. Was that a question? I don't know. Sorry. Another copy. Sealed Pokemon Art Academy. I didn't realize there were so many of these. Holy cow. Now I have the hiccups. This one looks pretty nice too, and no shake to that one. Okay, I'm gonna be more careful. You know what the culprit was with those? It was actually no, it wasn't. Just kidding. I thought that it was the lumpy Project Mirage that we talked about earlier, but they were somewhere else. You should go video game hunting here in the UK. I've found loads of underpriced games in thrift shops. Good for you. I've had other people who say that in the UK they can't find anything, so I guess it's all a matter of perspective. Would you anticipate sealed original Game Boy Pokemon Blue going up in value, or better to sell while prices are so high? I very rarely hold stuff. Especially now with the crazy Pokemon prices we've seen. If I had sealed Pokemon stuff, I would 100% sell it, but that's just me. Don't come back to me in 5 years when it's double the price and say, yeah, you told me wrong. I'm just saying what I would do. Sealed Walking Dead Survival Instinct on the Wii U. I don't think this one holds a ton of value. Yes, Collector's Luck. My name today is Renix P-Sale. Don't laugh at me. How would I start reselling? I hope you mean reselling rather than resealing. How would I start video game reselling when I'm bought 8 yet and can't sell on Amazon? If you mean 8 years old, good for you for thinking about it, but I don't think there's really a good way to sell online at 8 years old. Unless your parents are willing to help you. You should go hunting here in central Kentucky. Wait, never mind. That's funny. We've got How to Train Your Dragon 2. This one's a little bit dirty, but it is in sealed condition on the Wii U. Got a little piece of tape over here, which looks like it is covering up a bit of a... Yeah, there's a break in the seal down here. Unfortunately. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'm not going to tear it open too much, but we'll probably have to put that one in the question pile. Uh-oh. That's not good. A little shaky there. Thoughts on Allison Mack's Conviction? I have no idea what that is. We've got PlayStation 3, Lost Dimension, I can't. Yeah, unfortunately, this one came loose as well. Not good. Let's see how much this was worth. Hopefully it wasn't worth too much in the first place. Oof. That looks like a pretty expensive title. I'll still be able to sell this on eBay and just kind of disclose the condition. Looks like there are some listed for like 140 in new condition. Brand new sold for 150. Pre-owned went for 76, 80, 115, 120. So this is still, at least a $80 to $90 game safely. But it does, man, it really stinks. This is definitely one that I probably would have graded had it been, not in loose condition. At first I was like, is that just the manual? But I can hear the disc rolling back and forth when I do this, and manuals don't do that. So that's unfortunate. But I suppose when you're shipping from far away, you got to expect some level of that. We've also got a open copy of Deadly Premonition, another really valuable PS3 game. Retro World says worth trying to put it back if you can. That's a good point. I'll probably try to look up videos and see if, there's like a certain, fancy way to press it that like you can maybe get it to click back in. I don't know. Huh. In reality, this seal's broken down here anyway. I'm just noticing. That's unfortunate. And there's a little bit of a crack in the case too. This thing really got dinged up. So probably not all that worth it after all. It may be the kind of thing that I just have to open. But yeah, Deadly Premonition, lowest copy on Amazon is $40 right now. Lowest sealed is $67. This one's not sealed though. Is there any way to get a disc back in the holster without opening the game? I don't know. I've never really done it before. Maybe I did once when, I got lucky. Are you grading everything, Fuzzy Wuzzy? No, I'm being pretty selective about what I'm grading. And we have 2 left. Thank you all for tuning in so far. We've had a solid 300 plus viewers for most of this stream, which is really cool. Come on now. This is looking like it's not sealed. Another Spider-Man game for the PS3. Apologize if that is pretty loud on the microphone. I always hate it when I watch videos and there's a ton of crinkling noise. We've got Spider-Man Web of Shadows on the PS3, nice and complete with the manual and everything. Did you move to Kentucky for school and then just stayed there after graduating? Yep, that is exactly what happened. I stayed for a girl. I came for the money. Sounds funny, but it's actually true. In the form of a scholarship. All right, last game of the whole lot is another copy of Deadly Premonition, the Director's Cut on PS3. This one does not have the manual, but nonetheless, this has been a really fun unboxing overall. Ended up with plenty of free packing materials, which I'll be using for the next couple weeks, and more importantly, a whole stack of really great games, that a couple of which I may send in for grading, especially the Vita ones. I'm really crossing my fingers that I can get those graded with WADA. But yeah, folks, look at all this stuff. Look at all this goodness. Got like 4 or 5 copies of Pokemon Art Academy that I'll be sitting on for a while. Got some random loose Pokemon games, a bunch of Vita stuff, some seals, some otherwise. It's been a great little afternoon hanging out with you all. Do another Florida trip. You missed a lot of good places to hit, Ryan says. I've got another video for your information coming out on exactly that subject, where I went to a ton of pawn shops all over that area. So hopefully that satisfies you. It probably won't. Viewers, they're always critics. Everyone's a critic. You got to deal with it. Robert, thanks for watching. Blitzkrieg, Spunky, Tim, thank you all for hopping in. Really appreciate you guys. I'm going to hop off now and start cleaning up my office and listing some golf clubs, which is what I was doing before this. Appreciate you all for watching. And until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip. Had nothing to lose there because these have already all been on the ground. See you guys later.